Yeah, that's called herping. 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 This one without flash, just torch. Any kind of flash we can use. Like I'm using Codex 350, I think so. Small one. Yeah, that I'm saying is like there is a flash, then it's a diffuser also we are putting. Otherwise, very harsh light will come, and this will go. I'm using two kind of diffusers, beetle diffuser and radiant also. Both I bought it in India. Actually, herping is like a night photography, like a beautiful word, but dangerous. This one with ISO is like we are using flash. That's why sometimes using 100 ISO, and shutter speed 250 something 250. That depends on the subject. Something action is there, we need to increase. Aperture 14, 15. Something background is it's very bad, it will go down. This is Malabar large pit viper. Yeah, all the photos I'm presenting that lens. They're gone for like this. They will, within second, they will strike. So you hold it here, and they will go back like this. Then few seconds they will strike. So sensing like this, their tanks come out. That's called like a sensing. After it's like a more than few minutes, we are now approaching that same insect or same snake. They will sense. Then this type of like a S type is going back. Then suddenly they will attack. This one is like this all from India. Like India is like a light background is totally different. This is in the UAE. Color tone will change like that sand color will come. This is camel spider. Hmm? Wait, this much is Arabian horn viper. Very difficult to get. It's like the night around half an hour follow the trail and got it this one. This also horn viper, but without horn. Two type is their horn viper, without horn and with horn. This is one dangerous snake. It's like a saw scale pit viper. World seventh position in poison. So normal one human needed like a 3.5 milli maximum for die. This one's one bite 12 to 14 milli injected in the body. Thank you. Have any question or doubt?
Yeah, so please use this time to, discuss the type of photography that Anish has showcased, and if you have any doubts or if you want to venture into the same sort of photography, ask him like what are the gears that he uses or what are settings that he uses, and even the conditions that he shot his pictures in, because most of his pictures require really meticulous planning and setting up of the shot in order to get the precise frame. It looks like, each of your pictures looks like a separate painting. I couldn't actually see through everything, but I will definitely take a look through everything, after the show. So yeah, take this time to discuss. You guys were asking, done with the questions.
Otherwise, no, we need to go back again and then come back. So
That's fine, that's fine. Okay, thank you, Anish.
thank you.
So, you're the next one. Yeah, there is some waters and juices kept in the back table, so you can take a small refreshment break. Yeah, washroom. Meanwhile, we'll set up for the next speaker.
I shoot this architectural and indoors, outdoors pictures like this, and landscapes as well. So I have categorized it already in different folders. So I start with this. This is like in 2004 or 3, Madinatul Jumeirah. And then this was Al-Sif, it is also in 2002 and 3. You will not be able to see it now. These are barriers between launches with anchors there to keep them from damaging when it touches this barrier. This is Burj Khalifa. Everyone shot this. This is also Al-Sif, no more available. This is Al-Sif as well. Yes. And this is newly built Infinity Bridge. In Bardubai, it's very early in the morning when they have this UAE flag on the bridge with the lights and then this light reflection. When we are shooting this landscape, think clouds and water, this combination is, deadly. When you get this combination, you get good pictures. Here also, this Bardubai from this parking building in Dera. This is Abu Dhabi Mosque. Morning, and there was a lot of fog and everything. This was, I think, January or February, something like that. This saw Burj Al Arab. This is also Al Sif, but like in front of British Embassy. This is Al Mamzar. Bardubai Al Ghubaiba station. This is in Bardubai. This was some commercial work. So here sky is introduced from Photoshop. The rest is all shot. So this was architecture. How to go back to route? Go back. How to go back? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So these are without any architectural. This is in Jumeirah. There was this fishing village type area where they use these nets. They put it overnight, and in the morning they just take out with the fishes. This is in Dubai. This was in Al Ain, the Talipia Lake. This is in Jumeirah. Same area where this fishing nets were there. And this is Maliha during dust storm. This is Alcoa. This is also Maliha. This is Hatta. This was very dirty pond, and this was which area? This is Rasul Al-Burak Dam. This one. This is Maliha. This is Bardubai. This was Hatta. No, it's okay. Let's go back. So landscape. I'll go to panorama. When I shoot this architecture and building, and especially now in Dubai, there is huge line of all the buildings and everything. When you shoot them, it becomes miniature. So you really cannot see all the buildings, everything. And when you shoot with wide angle, everything gets crooked. All the distortions are there. So I started shooting panoramas. So like this, if you go, This is when Sheikh Zayed, this building was, in 2005. There was only this Emirates Tower was there, and there were no more, not much many buildings. But then it start transforming and it becomes like this. See, this is panorama of like 60 or more pictures staged, and then it's like this. Go back. Where, go back. There we go. How to open this again. Folder इधर होगा ना. Here. Okay, got it. It's difficult to, Okay, maximize this where? How to maximize this? Okay. Max, then, okay, yeah, presentation. Let's, one second, go back. I should just show them. No, it's okay. And later. This one here, and this one. Like this? Yeah, other view. Gallery. Okay. This is from Design District. This one. This is also. There's also something like 60 or 70 pictures staged. So this was like 10 or 11 pictures. This is an Alcoa. You can see the scale of this by this guy here. See this small one. This one I showed. This is like a month back. This is where it started. Okay. Now I go back. If I show you this, I will show you. So this is the picture. If I start zooming in, how to zoom in? Like this? No. Okay. On the screen? Okay. So you can okay. Again it calculate. So it's 100% yet or no? More. Just make it 100%. It's loading or what? It's loading.
Why it's a high size file?
Yeah, it was like on single layer it was like 6 GB. Then I downsize it to 3 GB, means 50%, and then try to process it and everything. Yeah. So you get like lot of details when you shoot panorama. Everything. This is more than 100%. If you go back to 100%, you will see. Still not loading, huh?
It's clear here. It's because of the display. Display is a bit low resolution.
Okay.
If you look in the Mac, you can see the details. You can see the people.
So
yeah, I'll go back. Was this shot in a full frame?
no, it was medium format GFX. Yes, don't go back. So how to go back now? Escape worked. Now I go back. Just go back to that original folder. Sorry, I'm disturbing you. Go to now presentation JPEG, and the panoramas are done, landscape are done. Done. Now street portraits. Yeah. So these are street portraits. This is what I started with. So these are all in the UAE. Most difficult thing when you are shooting this is to approach your subject and ask them if I can take their picture. Once you overcome that, then it's all easy. And these are usually during from November to May. You have this using artificial lights. So it's very difficult to stitch.
Maybe that's why because my system memory is loading. Almost full, so that's why it's not loading.
It was like 6-7 GB of one single layer.
years. So it took me a while to really digress myself from the corporate world and get back into the area that I really have got a passion. So one of the reasons was that to manage the corporate stress and the passion was very difficult. So finally I'm out of that world. I'm a free man now. I'm trying to enjoy my, rather follow my passion. So that's where. So obviously the first question was that how, when I'm, in terms of passion, what should be my genre like? So I tried a lot of that. Obviously, myself and Farooq Bhai also was there in most of them, in astros, rooftops, portraits, everything. So came to wildlife, then I have noticed that like somehow I got the patience for that, and I'm able to connect to the nature, and that's where I have got a passion, and I like to be there, be along with the wild. So that's where I started really getting into it. So. So basically, the gears which I use are Nikon. I use D5 and a Z9, and mostly when I go for the wildlife, I just carry two lenses with me, a 2.8, either a 400 mm or a 200 mm lens with me. Last time, the latest which I used was the f 4.5 with the Z mount ones. And tripods, obviously it's Leo Photo, and that's all the credit goes to Shaji over here for his excellent products. And I strictly follow a kind of a workflow when I process my photographs, which I feel is quite critical when you present any picture across. So I go through, use Lightroom, and then get into Photoshop. The topaz, denoise, and sharpen, or the lumina are just an add-ons which I get into the Photoshop just to do the final touch to the picture, which becomes more of a presentable quality at it, and then get back into Lightroom itself to end the picture. In terms of a time spent on a processing of a picture, which is normally a critical one, I try not to spend more than 10 minutes on it. So what I feel is that anything more than 10 minutes, I'll be re-engineering the picture. I'll make a mess of it. So I try to keep it very minimal and try to present whatever it is. So the plus and the minus, everything, probably I said, okay, I'll catch it later. I think it was not meant for me. Hello, sorry, I lost it. Hello, hello, I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. I think I'll speak louder itself. No, I think I'll speak louder itself if you can hear me. Like, so, yeah. So one of the main things when we do the wildlife is like obviously to get a good shot of the sunrise, a good sunset, a hunt, a kill, and some good moments over there. So as I said, I'm a relatively new person to it. I'm learning the art of capturing it. But I'm trying to portray some of the major things which I normally form part of the wildlife photography. The past 2 years, well, obviously, Africa being the hot spot for any wildlife photographer. I've been to Mara for a couple of times. Recently, I went to Pinch National Reserve in Maharashtra in India. And hello. And last week, I was in Ranthambore, Rajasthan too. So obviously, tigers, something which I was keen to look at. So that's where I've been to it. So this was one of my favorite sunrise shots. It's taken in D5 and 402.8. It's done in 2020, if I'm right, like 2020. So literally, we had to spend some time to really track the movement of the giraffe, and especially the sun coming up quickly. So we were literally had to track the jeep and the giraffe movements also over there. Yeah, it's okay. I can speak. This one was done last year. So again, over here, okay, we literally had to get up so early in the morning, go all the way, drive for more than an hour and a half, get to the spot. So I was cognizant of the fact that the sun is going to come up anytime. And by the time that's where I saw the elephant and this calf was moving around and started tracking it. So since we had the patience, well, I think myself and one of my friends, like yeah, Biju also was there first. Literally, we had to track it for a long time, make sure that we get it on the right time itself. And somehow I was fortunate that we got a good shot of it, and it's something which is close to me. The sunset. This is one among from the famous 5 brothers over there in Africa. So we were driving down and we were about to close down the day, and all of a sudden my guide said, like, hang on, we got something coming up. So you never know, you will get a good picture over there. We went over there, was lucky to get a good shot. Yeah, I know it has got its own shortfalls. It's overcropped, probably could have given more space to it, but still got a good light to it, and it could have had the nice blue shade coming up. So this is one of my favorite ones. I always call it as the lunchtime, like. So it's got a good story also to this point. Like literally, I had to spend almost 6 to 7 hours to get this shot. So reached the spot around by 6:37 in the morning. I was passing by. My guy said, "Okay, we got something over here. You never know. You might get a good picture that day." So she was waiting down and had the zebra on the top of the tree. So we knew that if she will go up, we'll have a bite and bring it down, finish off his lunch. We said, like, okay, let's, like, anyway, I'm there, let's wait for it. Waited for 6 to 7 hours. By the time when she came down, and I knew that she's going to give that look. So we just need to be at the right time, and need to get the right light also over there. So, and the look literally was killing itself like that. So this was taken with D5, 400 mm, 2.8. One of the moments, the cub, it's the same cub itself over there. So the cub is trying to play with its mom, like, so when the moment, so yeah, this I got it last year, and it was taken with a Z9 model, again 2.8. For any photographer, one of the highlight when you visit Masai Mara will be to witness the migration. So first time when I visited over there, I was quite unlucky to do that. Last time, yes, we got a good view of the migration. Spent there for almost 2 to 3 hours. Got a good shot of the migration. And this is one of the moments. And obviously the chase. So this is what I'm thinking on the last day when I was just last year, the last day before I was traveling. So we could see this the cheetah and his partner was moving around over there, and they were looking for this lunchtime itself. So we knew that, okay, something is going to happen. And I noticed a herd of gazelles also over there. So definitely the target was also locked on. So you just need to make sure that you frame it right and wait for the right moment. So then rest is the results itself. Like that. So getting it the, I could have zoomed it in more, but we never really had the time, and the speed was quite difficult to capture it. But yeah, I think it was a good enough wanted to capture that. Some of the shots, obviously, anyone going to Mara will witness them. The big cats. The lion is going with the food is for his little ones. And this one is from the famous Sellers Boys itself. He unfortunately he's no more. He died last year between the fights between the prides over there, which is this is from Ranthambore, and this is the T118 Tigress. It's quite massive, and this is taken last week, so I'm still new into it. Like it's fresh with me. The reason why I decided to go to Ranthambore was that last month when I went to Pinch, zero sighting. I couldn't see anything over there. I was quite upset by the time, like when I got back home. I said, no, I can't do that. I need to go back again. So one of my friends asked me, like, I'm going to Ranthambore. You want to join me? I said, why not? Let's jump into it. And I think I took a right decision over there. The first two safaris went dry. Again, like the frustration creeps in. You don't like to do anything. You just try to throw your tantrums around and all. From third safari onwards till the 7th, every day you used to get pictures over there, and they were all really good ones and stuff like. To take that picture, literally, the ankle wise, I had to bend down the jeep to get to the water level. So it was a bit risky. A person of my stature bending down looked a bit odd, like, but yeah, that's what you need to do when you want to take a good shot, like. Wild dogs from Pinch National Reserve. So in kinds of similarity in nature, they are kind of very close to the hyenas. They hunt in packs, and they're fearless. They come at you itself. So a pack of 14 or 15 wild dogs chasing at you means death is assured. You can't really escape it, like. And they don't care for anything. Also, whatever is over there, whether it's a big cat or they're fearless on it. Very, very dangerous ones. And this is Michael from the Bosley National Park. This was taken last year. So got a small story while shooting this picture. I was playing in the lake over there, and myself and Biju is here. Yeah. We were enjoying taking the good shots of this elephant and all. After playing on the lake, came up. Still, he was showing his masculine nature and all, and we were having good shot. But somehow I could have feeling like something is really not working well. I've had a feeling that he's going to have a go at us itself. So we told the driver, keep your legs on the pedal, like accelerator, make sure that we are ready to go. By the time he said yes, this elephant literally was standing 2 feet in front of us itself. And literally he chased us for almost 1.5 to 2 kilometers, like that. So you can imagine with a 400 mm lens in a hand, an elephant in front of us, literally you will be like kind of stone cool, like I can't do anything, you can't move. So it was a good something to remember. Whenever I look at the picture, it's like, okay, it was a close one which we had. Like. Very close moments like hyena and its cubs and the lioness and one. This one is was apparently taken by my daughter. She is a student. She's studying back in India, so she loves photography. She accompanied me in 2020 when I went to Mara. So this is one of the pictures that she took. Siblings. Something which I found very interesting when I saw this pack of jackal cubs popping out of the hole and looking for his mom to come with something to eat. And these cubs are from the Rakero pride over there in Mara. while looking for the animals, bird photography is also something which always excites me to look after, and like the martial eagle from Mara, the African spoonbills from Ambosili. The kingfisher that's from Pinch, hornbills from Mara again. The fish eagles again from Mara, and the base from Ambosili. It's all the patience which really excites. Like you just spend hours and hours when you get at least one good picture that particular day, you feel like, oh, you made your day. Like certain days, okay, you might not get anything, you come back upset, but that's fine. But the next day when you see that, okay, I got something which is look good looking at, inside like, okay, it's something that was good like that. Yeah, but then that's how you learn also. When you come back, you sit with your friends, you discuss them. So when you discuss with them, I would expect to see the criticism also to come through, because that's how you learn. Because nobody's an expert. You learn through your experience and your practice and all. So we're getting there. So that's how, you know. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Don't anyone not want to know like how long we stayed there to get those pictures? And we came face to face. It was very descriptive. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you give. So you gave a detailed description of each.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So did you like come into any dangerous encounters? That's when like whenever I see people go to Masai Mara.
If like it's required Photoshop and Topaz, but I try to avoid if as much as I can. Picture is I traveled last year to Antarctica, so this is a fur seal, which was like one of the animals that almost disappeared at some point because they were hunted and used for their skin. Now they kind of in the past couple of are back, I would say, because now you cannot hunt them anymore. So while you go, basically you have a big boat, right? You stay on a big boat for 10 days, but every day you have this kind of zodiac and you go around the iceberg and stuff like that. So you see whales, you see fur seals, Weddell seals, so different type of seals. And I really like that picture because you could see how base of that R7. So that was with the EOS R, and I had, which wasn't really great at the time, but I didn't have the 100-500, so I had the fixed 600. So that was good because, I mean, it gives me good reach, but I was stuck to 600 the whole time. So it wasn't that easy. Yeah. So this one, so in the morning we got someone in Kruger National Park telling us that there was a leopard. So we went to check, spent 2 hours, couldn't find anything, and then 2 hours later, someone said that they found this female leopard again. So we went there, and she was pretty relaxed, like quite close to the car. Because it's like really facing in one direction, and there was more light coming from here. So with a bit of editing, like trying to emphasize basically on that. So those pictures are from Kenya, from mainly one of them. This one is from Nairobi National Park, and this one is from Masai Mara. So to be honest, like this one initially, I was quite happy with the end results. But if you look at the raw file, it wasn't that great, if I want to be honest. Like the lion here looks quite impressive, but in the picture, it was quite an old lion that was missing some hair at some part of the face. But then, with a bit of editing, like cropping the picture and all that, it managed to end up like pretty well. And I just like, select the subject, remove the exposure on the background, and it works well if you have really neat kind of like limit between the animal and the landscape. So the other one, this is in Al Qudra. So I just won like an award for this. I spent quite some time to the cub playing, and I spent quite some time to the cub playing, and like I like the fact, you know, that there was two rocks and he just popped up his head basically in the middle. So yeah, sometimes you don't need to travel that far to get some nice things. This is in Nairobi National Park. So this is white rhinos. The way you know that is because their lips are really squared. If it's sharp, it's gonna be black. But when it's so this one were like the mom and the cubs, and they were basically like kind of like scratching themselves. And I was pretty close, and also I was taking the picture from the ground, so that gave me like a good, let's say, good angle. This one is from Masai Mara. So I'll show you after how. So basically, I was staying pretty close to the camp, so it left me more time in the evening to drive back. And then all the other car left, and there was like the sky was just like crazy. And I'll show you the video. The sky was crazy, and this male lion was eating the carcass. Like maybe you cannot see it much here, but it was eating here, and that was really really good. And I was quite close, so I'll show you here. That's the video from my phone. So you see the sky, it was like just insane. Yeah, there was some rain. Yeah, that was like in April. So I was like quite close if you look at it. I was still in the car. I was not outside the car. It might look like I'm outside, but I'm still in the car. But the car had like doors where you can, you know, lay down completely. So that was really helpful. This one is in Patagonia, in Chile. So basically, the guanaco is like the main food for the pumas. The green color, just like so you have like a nice contrast between the blue and the green, basically. This one is the other type of seal, but this one is really nice. Like he's always moving in a really really nice way, and he was like kind of sleeping. So I went down in the snow, trying to get his face like really really close. But I mean, and yeah, that was quite a nice. I had another one, but he was drooling, so I was like, yeah, not as nice. So this one is in Kabini Forest in India. So I went there for like a couple of days, and I had that like tiger that we found that was quite close. In the same time, I managed to get like really really nice portrait of the tiger. Also in Masai Mara, so basically that was like when the lion, so this is the female and the male, they kind of have like a love ritual. Every 15 minutes they would do the same thing. So you can start to time things, and I was like, okay, well, we need to find, it was sunrise, so we need to find a really nice like backdrop so that I can capture that. And you know that it comes back every 15 minutes. So you just need to be at the right place at the right time, but that leaves you a bit of room to plan, let's say. This is in Namibia, so no need to go to Namibia to see the oryx. You can just see them here. But I would say like the dunes, like in Sosuvle area, are like quite impressive. So that wasn't easy to get the oryx with the dune because most of the time they might not be that close. But yeah, that's the best I was able to do. This is the two pictures are from Nairobi National Park. If you want to see a rhino, I think that's probably the best place. What I try to do here is just like use the leading lines of the roads so that it takes you to the rhino. So from an editing point of view, like just, you know, get those lines, try to make them a bit more bright. So that leads you to the rhino. And then also the fact that the rhino is quite black and you have the birds that are really white. So just emphasize a bit more on that. And those birds are always with the rhino, as you can see. So this is in UAE. So, well, this is a camel. I like this one because it was kind of like, kissing the ground. So I like the harmony, let's say, of this picture. And this is like, it really looked like a dinosaur, but it's like, you can find them quite a lot in UAE if you wander around. It's called dhab in Arabic, but it's like spiny-tailed lizard. So if you look, I'll show you a big one that I found with the tail. The tail is full of spine, basically. And this one, it's a bit hard to approach because every time they see you coming, they just leave next to their hole and they run into the hole. So that doesn't leave you much time to do anything. So what I do is I try to go as close as I can with the car. Then I go out from the car and take picture from under the wheel of the car. So the car hides me kind of. So this is how I managed to get this one. This is sunset picture from Masai Mara. So, I mean, most of the time people would tell you don't go in the rainy season. I would tell you go in the rainy season because then from a sky point of view, you get like it's really like crazy what you see. So this one, the day before, I missed the sunset because I was shooting the lion picture that you saw. And the sky was crazy. So I was like, I hope next day is gonna be the same thing. And it was. So I just tried to, like 2 hours before sunset, I looked for the giraffe because I knew I wanted the giraffe, just to know where they are and if they would be well located for the picture. And yeah, they were in the area I was expecting. So I just went with the car and just try, to get everything aligned. And this one the same. So just like try to find. What I liked with this one is the minimalist kind of style. So you just get like a really small foreground here, just to have like an animal with horn or something that you can distinguish, and that's really nice picture. And it's not much edited. It's really the color that you see. So this one also Masai Mara. So early in the morning you get the hyenas that are walking. So I just try to have the hyena in front of the sun basically, so that the fur here would be shining, and then yeah, you just decrease the light on the background, and then increase a bit on the fur. This is in Uganda. So this is where you find the mountain gorilla. You can find them in Rwanda, Uganda, and Congo. Congo, I wouldn't advise, but at least in Uganda, it's quite accessible. Like it's probably 2-3 hours hike, and then you get to them, and you stay for 1 or 2 hours, something like that. So this one was like, yeah, I like the eyes, and you could see here the silverback that was just lying down and chilling, and she was just like setting apart and looking like I want to change my life basically. So I like that picture. This one, it was a lion cub that was sitting on the prey. So quite often people would say, "Oh, lion cub are so cute," which is true. But then you can see the contrast, like sitting on the prey, about to eat. So I like the contrast between that. This is not the clearest picture. This is in Spiti Valley in India with the snow leopard. It's not the clearest picture because it was really, really far. At far distance, I stayed there for 12 days to find the snow leopard. I found it 2 or 3 times, basically 2 or 3 days. And that's probably the best picture I got, which isn't, I was expecting better, but that's okay. You cannot control that. But we stayed for 7-8 hours looking, at the behavior and all of that. So she was full. You could see from the belly, she was walking quite slowly. So yeah, I was expecting that nothing will happen much on that day, but yeah. So this one is probably quite interesting. It's not the clearest, I would say. The reason why is I took that picture from the ground. So the lion, what do you think is the next picture? I took a rafale, lots of picture. The next one was this one. Because she came and she licked basically the camera. Which I was a bit scared, but I built a 3D box where I put my camera inside, something like that. So I just take the monopods and put it on the floor, and then what I do is I take the picture from my phone. So with Canon, you have the Connect application. I would take it from that. And to be honest, you shoot, but you are not too sure what you will get. And then, yeah, that picture was I was like, oh, that's quite nice because she was heading towards it. I have few others with leopard and also other lion, but this one was quite nice. And what I did from an editing point of view, since you want this guy to look bigger, I just cut a bit here on the foreground and I extended, I don't know if you can see it, probably on the right side. I extended the picture. So I added more sky and so that it looks more impressive. This is like underwater picture. So that guy is always at the same place all the time. But that day I didn't understand why, because normally it would escape from me, but he was coming straight towards me and I couldn't understand why, which then I took the picture while he was like probably this from me. And then I realized later on that he doesn't have an eye here. So he doesn't see pretty well. This is why he was coming really close to me, basically. So that was a nice one. This is in Bardia National Park in Nepal. So the early morning, you know, with the fog and looking for tiger, but not only. That was like more like, you know, nice night atmosphere, and the deer crossed at that time. More picture, like, you know, playing with the lights. So I got this this leopard here, you know, that had like, you can see clearly the eye. So I was like, probably, I mean, anyway, the light was coming like that, but I just emphasized a bit more on this. And here, same, the cheetah, like, you know, looking in that direction towards the horizon. So that's the spiny tail lizard that I was talking about. So as you can see here, the tail is like really spiky. And this is quite a big one, to be honest. That's the biggest that I've found so far. And if you can see, the eye is really red as well. So the way you would approach them is from the back, because they wouldn't see you pretty well. So I was just walking slowly, and then until it gets to, basically, this is the house, the hole here. So it would just run inside. So you don't have much time to take something. So you just take picture, progress, take picture, progress, and then you will be like, okay, I'll try to see how close I can go. This one is also from the ground with the setup that I told you. The cheetah just like stand up. It was laying down. I had the camera take that picture. Here it was really like the grass, like